Carrying on with the last part of the protein metabolism, I'll be touching a little bit about the different proteins, most important being hemoglobin, which is a quaternary structure. So, I would like to begin with this diagram. Here is an RBC. The most important component of RBC is hemoglobin, which helps it to carry oxygen. So RBC is synthesized in the bone marrow and it's phagocytized by macrophages present in the spleen or liver. So what it breaks down these RBCs into is heme and globin. So heme is the iron part and globin is the protein part. Okay, the globin part is contains lots of amino acids which are reused when broken down. So very efficient system, I would say. Heme is converted into porphyrin over here. So porphyrin metabolism is a very important thing, and a lot of tumors and inherited diseases are caused due to different defects in different enzymes in this porphyrin metabolism. And iron. So iron is mostly reused in our body. Our body doesn't need a lot of iron in a daily RDA, which is the required daily amount. So you don't need a lot of iron, and it reuses most of the iron. I will show you all of that. But porphyrin is converted into bilirubin and albumin. Albumin is again a protein, and bilirubin is a bile pigment. So that would be the basic of hemoglobin metabolism. So I would like to expand more on porphyrin metabolism. So porphyrin is basically a ringed structure which is formed as it forms a major part of hemoglobin. It is synthesized from glycine and succinyl CoA. So this is your first step, and then what is the next substrate formed is ALA, then porphobilinogen, then hydroxymethylbilane, then uroporphyrinogen, and then coproporphyrinogen. There are a lot of intermediate steps which you don't need to know. I will try to get a simplified version of this, but I want to show you all the different problems each of these substrates have. So you see all of these white enzymes over here, deficiency of each one of them has one disease associated with it. Okay, and these are not like normal disease and very uncommon diseases, but very fatal diseases and very important diseases, and highly likely to be tested on your university exams or any kind of USMLE or next or whatever it is. So it takes a lot of detail and you need to remember a lot of this information. But basically porphyrin metabolism has a lot of enzyme defects and you need to know all of them. If you really are interested, you could pause the video and look into each one of them and try remembering all of them, because there's maybe I could explain what each deficiency would cause, but it's basically what will happen is if there is a ALA synthase, there's no porphyrin at all, so it's very deadly. If there is no ALA hydratase, there's an increase in level of ALA, so that will be present in the urine. So it just takes a little bit of common sense and lot of memory. So the common sense part, I hope it's very clear and straightforward. The memory part you need to work on. So that would be the porphyrin metabolism. And the last part would be a little bit about bile salts. So bile salts are nothing but uh, conjugated so taurocolate and glycocolate uh, um, substrate. So they're very straightforward. They form from cholesterol, and they have been synthesized in the liver and they have been secreted into the intestines, and all this is like complicated stuff which is going to integrate pathology into this biochemistry. So I tried to put in diagrams like this not to complicate the topic but to show to you guys that every subject is interconnected and you need to start looking at medicine in a wholesome perspective and not only the view to clear exams and get good marks. So that would be the main parts of protein metabolism is left over. So this is like just like a fun review. So RBC is synthesized in the bone marrow. So you need vitamin B12, you need globin, and you need iron to synthesize RBC along with erythropoietin. So RBCs are formed, they are circulated around, and they are phagocytized by spleen, liver marrow, or red bone marrow, and they are split into heme and globin part. The heme part, iron is being reuptake by the liver and goes back into RBC formation. The globin part is being converted into bilirubin or is being broken down into amino acids and it goes into protein metabolism. So this thing about bilirubin is it's converted into urobilinogen, which is gives color, and stercobilinogen, which gives color to the urine and stool respectively. So those are things which you need to remember about, and that will be all about the protein metabolism. I will be covering genetics, the basics, that is DNA replication, transformation, and translation in a very superficial manner, because you won't have time for revising the whole book before the exam, and I want this to be as short as possible, probably 1.5 hours or 2 hours, and your whole biochemistry will be done. Please do like the videos, share and subscribe. Thank you.